Well, it's now July 1st and both grass fields are at the ready to harvest second stage, so they can be done today. You will notice the bank balance has changed a bit. We did sell 22,000 litres of wool yesterday and that brought us in $21,499. We also spent $1,700 on new pallet forks for the 6300 John Deere at the new sheep pen. We've got 10 Angus cows, which we're going to sell in just a second. We've also got 25 sheep to sell from one of the new pens. They're valued at $825 each. And there's 3 lambs as well in that pen. And in the other pen, we've got 22 lambs that arrived too, as well as 300 chicks at the chicken coop. So not a bad morning for animals. But just now we're going to sell that 10 Angus cows. There they are, 27 months. So $30,250 plus the $1,000 we will add in for transport gives us $31,250. So we'll do that and add in that $1,000 just now. There we go. The loan is paid off as well. We paid off the final $50,000 yesterday, so we are now completely debt free, which is perfect. The next step, we need to go up to the sheep pen. We need to sell that 25 sheep at $825 each. Sorted the transport fee for that. They'll need some feed, so we can do that as well while we're there. So we'll head up there just now. We'll meet you up there in just a second. Well, here we are. I'm not actually sure which pen it is. That one's got 254. That's got 96. I think it must be this one then. Nope, it's not, but we could potentially sell these as well. They're at 24 months. Is there ones more pricier than 12 months? No, 400. No, well, I think. How much of these is there? There's just 2. That can't be them. Not within 4 months. Right, it's not this pen, it must be this one. Unless we've read it wrong and it is the one at the yard, but I don't think so. No, we're right enough, it is here. So there's 10 of them. There is 10 of them as well, and 5 of them. So we'll get them all sold and add in what we need to do for transport. So $8,250 in total for them, so that's $500 in transport. There's 10 of these, another 5,000, so there's $1,000 in transport, and this one's as well. So $1,250 in transport. Right, we'll go and add that in just now. Right, that's that all added in. There wasn't anything else to sell. We've already done the Angus cows. So that's kind of it for selling animals and keeping on top of them. We did get pallet forks, so now we can move wool from here straight into that trailer. I was going to move it the other day when that Mack truck was up here, yesterday when we dropped the pallet forks off. I don't actually know. No, we can't. So we can't actually open the curtains at all. So we do need the truck up here. I think if we park the trailer in this back corner here and leave the curtains open, we just load it as we need, and then when it gets full, we either... In fact, we could probably take all of that wool to sell. Yeah, we could, because we're not going to need all of that wool into the production area. Because the sheep pen at the yard should have enough wool to keep the productions going itself. So everything from here is basically profit, plus the value of the sheep when they get to the later stage. So we don't actually need to buy any sheep yet either, because they've reproduced. Right, we'll head back down to the yard. We'll have a quick check on animals, what they need for feed. and probably get cutting our grass fields because they need done. We haven't checked the contracts yet or the sales, so we probably should do that. There's no cars behind me, so let's just quickly have a look and see what there is. No, nothing there. Right. Well, there's still that barley contract on field 20, so we may be able to do that later on. But we'll have a look at that. Right, we'll head back down to the yard. We were thinking, now that we're debt free, we're actually very close to getting the amount we need for the chicken barn. Obviously we have to wait a whole year before we can use it, so it doesn't make any sense to get it now. What we could do though is we could invest in a field. I've been thinking about that field 16 down beside us. We were offered it. This Jeep is way too fast. We were offered the field before by the farmer for about 60, worked out about 60,000 a month over a 12-month period, which we couldn't afford before. We still can't really afford that payments every month, because obviously half of it we don't need to worry about because we've got the Angus cows. We still need to find $30,000 a month, which I think is going to be quite hard for us. Which is that field there we're looking at, field 16. So it goes right down there, right along the back of the map, right the way down to our other field behind the shop. So it is quite a large field, but it would also mean we own this whole corner of the map, which would be quite a good thing to say. We could take out a loan and finance it that way. Obviously we've got interest until we pay it off, but it is a potential. It is, I am thinking about it. We'll just leave the Jeep down here just now, and what we need to do is get going with, let's just check the animals quickly. Yeah, they're good because we topped them up yesterday when we were up there. They're still good. These guys are going to need hay. Yep, hay, maybe a bale of straw as well. They should be okay for a while. Yeah, they don't really go through much total mixed ration, which is quite good. There's our 300 chicks. We need to do something with the eggs. I know the potato factory does need eggs, so whatever is left over we could potentially sell. 1,200, what's the maximum? 1,300 in December, so that's, hang on. Oh yeah, we're kind of midway. Yeah, I was about to say that's a really good price for now. So farmer wholesale will be looking like the one to go to, which is handy because it's right beside where we go to put them into the potato factory. They do need feed as well, so we need to put some into them, and they're good. We did them yesterday as well, so all the animals are good apart from the Angus cows. We need to give them a little bit of hay. Potentially that contract later on. What I was looking at actually was the price of grass and hay. A little bit difference between grass and hay, so it would be worthwhile making hay bales and selling them to the straw market or Ohio Agri Co-op. There's only $1 difference. Might make all the difference because we're going to get quite a lot. We don't really need, I did say I was going to wait for that cut, which is here now, but look in here, this big pile at the back is grass, this pile here is grass, and this massive pile here is grass as well, and all of this is hay. I don't think we're going to get through all of that by the time we've done the barley harvest. Mind you, it's another year and a bit away, so we've got a whole year to go, and they take about 40,000 a day. So it's about 500,000 litres a year, and each bale is 8,000 litres. So we'll only need about, I don't know, 70 bales, 70, 80 bales, which there's a lot more than that there. So that should last well over a year, or a year and a bit at least anyway. And that should cover the Angus cows from now until we've harvested the barley, and say an extra 10 bales, which would be 80,000 litres. That's another month. Or 20 bales. Yeah, that should work out fine, because once the barley's harvested next year, we can put in at least maybe this one field here with the harvested barley on it. We could put grass in there again, grow it, and make hay. Or do half and half, make some hay and some grass. But yeah, we are going to go... We have a wool pallet in here as well, and a sugar pallet. We need to get rid of that. We do have a pallet of clothes as well. We may have another one today as well. We took it up here. We're just going to keep hold of them just now. We're not going to sell them as we need, because obviously we've got no loan now. We've got 120,000 in the bank. So we're doing okay for money. It's not a big issue just now. So the clothes can stay there, and we can make a bulk payment if we do decide to buy that field. We can make a bulk payment every April. But another issue is this grain silos only take 400,000 litres. And if we're putting all of these into barley, we're going to have quite a big bit of grain. We've got currently 126,000. It wasn't quite empty. There were still maybe 10 or 20,000 in there. So we're getting about a 90,000 litre harvest out of that 2 fields. But if we buy this other field, which we can take a quick look at here. So fields 17 and 13, that was 90,000 litres. If we've also got this field, 14 and 15, and potentially 16, all as barley, I think this isn't going to be big enough. So we need to find another grain bin to add to the back of that. So there's another cost. And because we're doing all this, we still need 150,000 to outlay for the chicken barn as well. So it is going to mount up very quickly. The field itself is about 740,000, I think it is. 742 or 762,000 for that big field. So it's not cheap. But to get maximum efficiency, we are going to we're going to plow, once the grass is done today actually, we could plow all of our fields and get them limed. I know field 13 does need limed, we forgot about that last time. But yeah, we can do the grass today, get it all 4 fields ploughed, limed and cultivated, ready for barley going in, and then get all the fields rolled as well. Right, we are going to get one of the tractors. I keep forgetting where I leave them all. Is that, no, that's the 7R. Where's our 8R? Oh, it's here in the corner, hiding behind the combine. We also need to sell all of this because, what have we got? We've still got, what's the strawberries at? 500. So we've almost, if we leave it a bit more, we'll have 3 more pallets of that, and the lettuce, we've got 500 litres, which I don't think is enough. Oh, it is. We've got 1 more pallet of lettuce as well, so we can sell that later today. The grass fields, yeah. I think if we make it into hay and just sell it, because we're not going to need any more. Straw, we've got plenty. We've got what's left there, which is actually quite old now. We could probably sell that, to be honest. We have a fresh stock in the shed there. Right, we'll leave this here. We are going to go and do the grass fields, then ted it, windrow it, bale it up for hay, and take it all to sell along with that straw sitting out here. So we're still going to get quite a bit of money in today. We could, I don't know how much the bales are going to be in total, but we could break 150,000 today, which is what we need for the chicken barn. But we're not going to buy it today. I think our focus is potentially that field. We did look at a few other fields, but you end up going too far away from the farm. We want to try and keep everything really close. So it's easy to get to, it's quick to dot between fields for harvesting and planting and fertilising really. Everything's very close, especially come back to fill up with either manure or slurry. But let's head out, let's get this grass fields done. And hopefully jump into tomorrow where we'll have a decision on that field. Well, it's almost the end of the day now, and we've got $2,302 in the bank, which really isn't much. The reason for that is we bought a new tailor shop, $100,101 in total for it. Why am I not able to pick up that pallet? There we go. Yeah, so just over $100,000 for it, and $38,500 for the bit of land that it is on. So it is all paid off. There was no loans involved in that. We do actually have about $11,000 to come in as well. We did complete a contract, or I should say we did. The worker completed a contract earlier today, cultivating one. In fact, we can complete that just now. So cultivating field 20, $11,125. We've still got to feed the Angus cows and the chickens as well. And we also have the remainder of the eggs that didn't go into the potato factory to sell along with the croquettes and French fries. So we're going to get that done in a minute, but first we'll load up all this fabric because we have quite a bit and get that tailor shop. In fact, we can get it running now because it's at the bottom there. So we've got it's lost a litre, I don't know why, but we'll activate that. So that should give us double the amount of clothes when it comes to April, which should give us around $200,000 worth. Fingers crossed, and if that is the case, then the new building and the land has been paid for straight away with $70,000 in profit, because the other tailor shop has paid for itself maybe a couple of years ago. I'll grab one of these pallets on our way past. That just leaves 2 left to pick up. And we can leave that running through the night. See if we maybe get a pallet by the morning. But we'll crack on, get this done, get back up to the yard, we'll get the animals fed, and we'll see you bright and early first thing in the morning. I forgot to mention this as well in the last few clips, or the end of last episode I think it was. We got 384,000 litres of hay in the first load. That got us $20,408, and 392,000 litres of hay in the second load, which got us another $21,096. So a total of $41,504. We kept the first load, which was almost 30 bales, only because we did the actual calculations and we figured we may actually need a few more. But 3,500 litres of croquettes, 6,289 litres of eggs, and 1,400 litres of French fries all going in. Should get it all in one sale, I think. Yes, $29,556. That's fantastic. We also picked up that pallet of clothes you can see behind the telehandler, so we'll take that back up to the yard and store that in the shed. So we'll see you in the morning. Well, that's us back now from doing all the ploughing and liming. As you can see, we have combined these fields 15 and 17 together to now create one massive field. For some reason it looks a lot larger than before, even though there was just a tiny little strip from the corner there right up to the end separating the two fields. That's all there was. But it just looks enormous now. Anyway, we spent $2,806 to rent the lime spreader. We got 33 bags of lime. I need to move that tractor first. I was going to wash some of this equipment and then put it away again, because we're not going to need the mower anytime soon. So yeah, 33 bags of lime for a total of $11,550. So it wasn't cheap to do that. But at least all of our fields, I would say the 4 fields, but it is now just 3 fields. It was just that strip right there from between the Super Bee and our animal trailer. It was just that strip right up to the end where that white round building is. That's all that separated the fields, but now it just looks massive. So yeah, everything is ready and we're just waiting to put barley in now, which is another month or 2 away now. So we're just going to park some of these things in here because we're not going to need this again. We'll put that in there. Just clean up some equipment really. All the animals are fed and up to date. And we're just going to kind of wash down a few things. I think the chickens need feed, and we do need to take some of that wool down to the original spinnery because it is quite low, because recently we've just been selling the wool as we've been getting it, just, you know, as fast as it's being produced really. So we do need to go and get that done. I'll maybe do that later on today, see what kind of time we have left. But we'll get this all washed up, put some chicken feed in, check on the eggs from the chickens as well to see how much there is there. And I think that'll be it for today. And the episode, I think. So we're going to leave it there. Oh, wait a second. I'm getting a phone call. I think it's from the bank. We're back in just a second. Well, that's the financial talk kind of done with the bank just now. And good news is we have been approved for the loan we were looking for. So we have a couple of things to do here first. Then we will go and see about this loan really. It should be in our bank within the next hour or two. So we can see what we're going to get done with that. But that will be in the next episode. So we'll leave this one here just now. And we'll see you in the next one with a loan and what we're going to do with it. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And we'll see you again soon for the next one. Thanks very much for watching.